A new tool in the fight against Alzheimer's. Today, the FDA approved a closely watched drug which slows the disease according to phase 3 trial results. Leqembi is the first drug that's been shown to help slow memory decline in patients, but the drug does come with some potential safety risks. Joining me now is Katie McDonough, the Community Executive Director with the Southeastern Virginia Chapter Alzheimer's Association. Katie, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, Katie, how big of a news is this, especially for your community? Because the way I'm understanding it, it's supposed to affect the underlying disease process of Alzheimer's, not just treat the symptoms of the disease.
Yes, Alzheimer's is a terminal illness, and this is the second medication that's been approved by the FDA that actually impacts the underlying disease progression, meaning that it can slow the progress of cognitive decline and thus give people back time to live their lives in meaningful ways. Again, it's the first of 2 drugs that are available to those who are in the early stages of Alzheimer's or mild cognitive impairment.
So right now, who would this drug be targeting, and when exactly would someone be taking it? At what stage in the process?
So Alzheimer's is staged in early, middle, and late. So this would be ideal for someone who's in the very early stages of Alzheimer's or is diagnosed with the precursor to Alzheimer's, which is called mild cognitive impairment. So this particular medication in this particular trial was targeting those who were in those early stages. This medication is being used in some other trials for those who are asymptomatic, but for right now, this FDA approval is just for those in the early stages of Alzheimer's type dementia.
Alzheimer's is such a difficult disease, not only for the person who's suffering from it, but for loved ones that have to be able to function around it. How hopeful are you with these drugs?
We are very hopeful. We believe that we are on the cusp not only of being able to develop treatments for this disease or medications, but also the science is leading us with more definitive answers to how we can prevent cognitive decline, because ultimately that's what we want to do. We want to prevent brain damage. And so we see that treatments like this could be eventually combined with lifestyle changes like diet and exercise, much like we see with heart disease, diabetes, and preventions of types of cancer in order to make sure that we impact the disease as early as possible.
So I want to talk about some of these safety concerns. Apparently there are some safety concerns due to its association with certain adverse events, including brain swelling, bleeding. Can you talk to me about those safety concerns? And are people kind of weary of taking this drug because of it?
So first and foremost, the Alzheimer's Association stands by the safety of its constituents. That is our #1 priority. So as with any treatment, whether it's FDA approved or in the clinical trial process, we are certainly watching the impact of this on safety to our constituents, and we'll continue to do so with lecanemab and other medications. What I will say is that with this particular medication, there is a side effect called ARIA. It is in most patients most patients who experience it, because not all do, but those who do experience it, it is monitored. Most who have evidence of this are not experiencing symptoms. So at the Alzheimer's Association, we believe that there is enough evidence to show that we are able to control this and to really monitor safety as we go forward. And we will continue to keep this front of mind as we move forward.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. And, you just kind of pray that there are more drugs like this and treatments that come out. Before I let you go, I have about 20 seconds. Is this going to be a drug that's affordable, that most people can be able to get a resource and access to?
So right now, the Alzheimer's Association is already advocating for the Centers for Medicaid and Medicare Services to make sure that full coverage under Medicare will be available to those who need this treatment. Right now, this class of medications is not covered by Medicare, which means that only those who can afford to pay out of pocket upwards of $20,000 to $30,000 would be able to afford it. And we are not satisfied with that. At the Alzheimer's Association, we believe that we have to give access to all who need this medication. So we will continue to advocate for that.
I mean, what's the point when people can have access to it? So I hope that you are successful in your mission. Katie McDonough, thank you so much for your expertise and for sharing this and bringing awareness about this drug.
Thank you.